What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Meditations. So have you seen it? Have you looked up the spot prices? Have you looked up the price of Bitcoin? It's gone down once again. Have you checked the news? I have. Some are speculating that Bitcoin isn't for uncertain times. Now, why would that be? And right now is a time of war. All right. We got all that bullshit going on across the ocean where I'm at anyway. United States. Got all that bullshit going on. Got all them nukes. Got all them folks saying, oh, we're going to supply you with this, that, and the third. We're just going to... There's a war going on. You know what I'm saying? It's making for economic uncertainty all around the frickin' world. And just as I suspected, stuff like this is going up. Stuff that you can hold in your hand. Stuff that has intrinsic value. This right here is 1 ounce of silver. I have another one right here. I also have a couple ounces of gold. Some of which I've sold over the past couple months because I was thinking that it reached its high point. I don't know if that's the case. Right now, as we speak, let me look this up. Gold is at, here's Bitcoin, is at 85,600 per coin. And gold right now is at 2,923. Look at that. Unbelievable. Silver's $32 an ounce. I bought this stuff at like $26, $27, $28 an ounce. But yeah, I sold the gold around 2,800, and of course it gained about $130 since then, just like a month ago. What's going on here? Don't sell. Don't sell that Bitcoin. I wouldn't. I'm holding that shit. I don't care if it goes down 50%. I'm never going to sell that bullshit. I don't care if it goes down to zero. I mean, hell, at that point, it won't be worth anything anyway, but you guys see what I'm saying? I'm not going to sell it. Whenever you try to time the damn market, whenever you try to use your connivingness, how's that work out for you in general? So let me tell you what's going on. And I knew this is what it would come to. I knew that gold was going to stay valuable until this fucking war is over. And who knows when that's going to be. Not everyone knows this, but Russia, they have a lot of nukes. All right, look it up. They have more nukes than any other nation that's on record anyway. Of course, I can't help but wonder about Big Red Dragon Country. Who knows what they hide in? But you see what I'm saying? Russia, on paper, has more nukes than anyone else. And according to the research that I've done, their nukes could kill every fucking thing on this planet 30 times over again. And I mean, so could the United States. Nuclear power. So when you have these entities at odds, it makes for this uncertainty. You know, people are scared. People are afraid of the dollar getting printed into oblivion. People are afraid of the dollar losing its value. I mean, with this shit going on, they're working on the BRICS currencies. The other nations of the world, other rulers and powers of the world. You can't really blame them. You know what I'm saying? Although this might have been in the works all along. I don't know. I mean, who the hell is it really who's running the Federal Reserve? You see what I'm saying? It's a private bank. It's not the United States. It's not owned by the federal government. Federal government doesn't control it. The private banks and institutions control the money. All right. I don't know if these are all intertwined or not, but they're working on those BRICS currencies. They're going to try to get them backed by things of intrinsic value like gold. Can't help but wonder what the hell would happen if somebody has a bunch of gold stored away and we don't know about it. They're going to flood the market with it at any given time, crash the price. That's one thing that they can't do with Bitcoin. But it is interesting how, I don't know, people are afraid, you know? They're afraid of the grid going down. I mean, if the grid and shit goes down, what really good is Bitcoin going to be? Oh, I spent having it in a cold wallet. Who gives a fuck? You know, if the grid's gone, nobody's going to give a fuck. They're going to care about a few things. A means of defending themselves, a means of offense, and food and shelter. All right? That's what folks are going to be worried about if shit really goes down. So they're not going to care if you have some cold wallet bullshit. You know, that's, if the grid's all hacked and screwed and this way and the other. None of that shit's going to matter. But here's what's going on, and I know this to be true. So there's a lot of economic bullshit, right? We got a bunch of these tariffs going into place even today. I mean, I checked the mail on my phone. They got the Canada tariffs and the Mexico tariffs. Is that what it is? I think it's Canada and Mexico. There might be some China ones as well. But you got all this bullshit going on. It's going to cause volatility. It's going to cause concerns because we're making waves here, all right? That's what's happening. We're making waves here. When you make waves, people get scared. You know, people are afraid of what's going to happen. What's the outcome going to be? We've never done this before. We're not in modern times anyway. Of course, there's an argument to be had where when our nation had the most tariffs long ass fucking time ago, they didn't even have to have income tax because they brought in a bunch of money into the economy and wealth through the tariffs. But of course, we're in a different position now, and our country's really fucked itself when it comes to manufacturing. Most of it has been gone for a while because of all the things that our politicians signed in, like NAFTA and Big Red Dragon Country going the WTO and all that bullshit. So it's taken away all the manufacturing. And my speculation was, and this was years and years ago, I was like, how do we bring power back to the dollar? It's like, how do we bring power? How do we bring back manufacturing? Because it's not a good idea to let the enemy make all your shit. And it doesn't really matter if they're your enemy or not. You know, I mean, what are friends really? You know what I'm saying? Friends are just enemies. No, I don't know. I'm just fucking with you guys. But you can't really trust anybody else over the fucking ocean, for one. You see what I'm saying? I mean, in terms of making all your shit just forever and that's that. You know? Like, how it works is nations generally, and historically speaking, they're concerned about themselves, you know? They want to self-sustain. And obviously, it creates uncertainty when all your manufacturing's gone. Because you're like, oh, shit, I hope that so-and-so keeps making cheap shit for us, you know? And if you think that so-and-so just wants to keep making cheap shit for us for the rest of their fucking lives, then I think you might be wrong. You might have to reassess your way of thinking. You know, that's just not in human nature. You're not just like, oh, yeah, let's just keep making them cheap shit for the rest of our fucking lives and let's enslave our own people. And that's that. We'll just keep making them cheap shit, you know, and we'll just keep taking their fiat currency, their US dollar for it when it's no longer backed by anything of intrinsic value. That's why these folks are trying to get out of it. But what's going on here is this is an attempt to bring power back to the U.S. economy. That's what all this bullshit's for. And you're seeing some reciprocation going on here. You're seeing some attentiveness going on here. You're seeing Apple, for example, one of the biggest companies in the world, they're making the largest single business investment ever in the United States economy now in response to the tariffs, right? They're putting $500 billion into the U.S. economy now. They're going to try to bring manufacturing and shit back here. That's what they're doing. And there's a lot of other manufacturers who are following that as well. So that's what's going on here. And it's hard to anticipate how long this shit's, how drawn out this is going to be, you know? I anticipate that the stock market and everything else is going to be up and kicking in the not too distant future. But this World War thing and this tariff thing is, it's making some waves. You guys see what I'm saying? And I don't know, it seems like Bitcoin isn't really a safe haven. Shit's been going on. And here's what's really crazy. Trump did the thing with the that executive order about making a sector of the Treasury be comprised of cryptocurrencies, right? And that XRP. I can't remember how much money they're putting into it, like $200 billion or something as a start. And of course, we saw a little uptick when that was announced, right? And now, I mean, shit, they just made a video of it yesterday, and it sounds like they got the ball rolling on that bullshit. And what's crazy is we're looking at Bitcoin, and that shit, it hasn't really moved too much, you know? Like, my thoughts were, this was several months ago when I panic bought Bitcoin, when it was around $100,000 a coin. I just dumped $4,000 into it. And now I'm still buying $5 every day. $5 every day, no matter what. Just buying that shit and give a fuck what happens. That was, like I said in my previous video, that was one of my mistakes, is how I just panic bought it. You know, I should have just been gradually buying it no matter what. Boom, 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 boom. That's how you do it. Because if you try to become some sort of savant or prophet or some shit and think that you have it all figured out, what's next on the global scale, then that's when you panic buy bullshit. You know, that's what I did. Because back when I did that, my thoughts were that because there was talk of the whole Treasury Reserve crypto back then, several months ago, but it didn't even happen. My thoughts were, holy shit, if this is at $100,000 a coin, and they're just talking about making the Treasury, and it's not even in the works yet, how much more is this shit going to go up when they do actually say they're going to do it, you know? So strangely enough, they're doing it now. But it seems like the market doesn't give a shit, in that the price hasn't moved much. And I think it's because it's not a safe haven, man. Like, they're like, okay, we get it. There's going to be a treasury on this digital bullshit, but there's no agreements being made on this damn war. And all of these freaking nations in Europe and all that bullshit, they're planning on funding it more, sending this, that, there. I mean, there's so much shit going on that who knows what this thing is going to turn into, you know what I'm saying? And people are scared, man, so they're buying that gold up. You know, so we got those sort of things mixed in here. And it has me, well, I'm sitting back and I'm watching and I'm observing, and I'm telling you guys, my strategy, I'm going to buy $5 of Bitcoin every day, no matter what. And I just don't think I'm going to regret it, you know? I'm setting aside $5 a day, and that's that. You know, it's not going to make or break me, just like how that $4,000 hasn't made or break me. I'm just thinking, you know, it's the risk that I was willing to take. I'm going to be putting more into the S&P 500. Like right now, that shit's not doing very well. But it's kind of stable, but, you know, I'm putting $40 every business day into it. Just have it all automated. Just boom, every fucking business day. Boom, 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 $40. Shit goes down. Don't give a shit. Buying it anyway. Boom, 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 boom. Because you guys remember what happened during that flu bullshit. Yeah, when that shit started going down in 2020, boom, that shit drops and drops, and people were scared as hell. And I don't blame them. You know, they were putting their money into that shit for decades, some folks. and that shit is dropping. They wanted to pull. I saw some guys who pulled their money out. But what an ass they must have felt like when that shit just skyrocketed up. Then after they printed all that fake money, after they printed all that fake money, people were blowing it on everything, and they'd buy it in the stocks, they'd invest in the companies, they'd buy shit from the businesses, they'd buy their little phones, buy their little TVs, buy all these little graphic cards, all that bullshit. And the markets just rallied like hell. So what a piece of shit I would have felt like if I pulled my money out at a time like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a similar thing. It's like we think we know where this shit's heading. Oh, Iceman, it's heading here. Oh, Iceman, it's heading there. Oh, Iceman, there's no way. Iceman, put your money here. Iceman, put your money there. But I'm just going to keep going, man. Just keep going. It's the slow little fucking turtle who wins the race. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's steady, as long as he keeps moving forward, he's going to beat that jackrabbit, because the jackrabbit is probably going to make bad decisions. He's going to try to take shortcuts. He's going to try to anticipate. He's going to get himself into trouble. Where that little tortoise, he just keeps going, no matter what. Just keeps going in the right direction. But that's what I'm going to do, and it's a weird fucking time to live in, huh? It's kind of exciting. My hopes were that this bullshit war was going to be over with, because that'll bring some stability back to the economy all over the freaking world. But that's not the case. And I was kind of thinking that the gas and shit's going to go down, but my thoughts were it's going to take about 6 months for this gas to go down. And just that brings us into July. I would say around mid-July, my prediction is gas is going to be pretty fucking cheap compared to what it is right now. Now, of course, there are other factors, like if this war shit keeps going on, I don't know. It could affect the gas, but if a lot of it's coming from the United States, I don't know how much the war is actually going to affect it. So when the gas comes down, obviously that takes down everything. It takes down the price of all the goods and all that shit, shipping from here to there. It just takes down everything for the most part. Not really sure what's going to happen with real estate, but I just don't really care. I got myself a nice ass house, got a damn good deal on it. And I'm just chilling here, man, with my wives. So it's a damn good time. But I am curious, what do you guys have to say about all this stuff? What's going to happen with Bitcoin? What's your strategy? Do you have one? Are you surprised that it's not as much of a safe haven as some people thought maybe it would be? And it almost makes sense. Why the hell would it be a safe haven? You blow up the fucking power grid, it's not going to exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got this shit. This shit exists as long as we can hold it, And you can melt this shit, make medicine and electronic components, little microchips and all that crap with gold and silver. So that's where the intrinsic value comes in. But I'm curious what y'all have to say about that. And if you will, like this video, subscribe to the page, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace be with you.